Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Low Budget Movie Reviews. I am your host, Clarence. Thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, I have a movie that just came out this weekend, listed as a mystery thriller called Don't Worry, Darling. Now, I have to say the trailer did a really good job to me. I was very curious to know exactly what was going on. Now, I did have some preliminary thoughts, but we'll talk more about that later. First off, what is this one about? These couples are having fun at some kind of dinner party. It appears to be in the 1950s era, somewhere around there. Alice and Jack are just like all the other couples. They have, an old school traditional setup. The men leave and go to work all day, every day, at something called the Victory Project, where they are working on the development of progressive materials. Yeah, okay. Whatever that means. The women take care of the home and live pretty much a life in luxury. Stress-free, no bills. They can shop all day with unlimited credit. This company pretty much takes care of all of their needs. All they ask is that they stay in town and they have 100% commitment to Project Victory, no questions asked. So life is perfect. Then we hear about another woman who seems to be having some mental issues after we found out that she actually ventured out of town and saw whatever it was she saw, spoiler free. But Alice is starting to see some visions and strange things around, and things really come to a head when she witnesses this very traumatic incident, and they try to convince her that she didn't see what she actually saw, spoiler free. Now, this starts to make her question everything. And, that's pretty much where I'll stop, because from there, she's determined to learn more about the incident that she witnessed and all about the mysterious Victory Project. What is it, and why can't they ever leave town? So what did the pros think? They came in at a 39% with the audience on the opposite end with an 81% on the Rotten scale. So what was the big disconnect? Well, I'll get into that during my breakdown of the negatives, but let's start out with the positives. It's a great cast with mostly good performances. More on that later. It looks great. Olivia Wilde, who serves as director, producer, and she actually played a supporting role as Mary, which is one of Alice's friends. She did a good job, and I liked how this was shot for the most part. The mystery that they build here in that first act of the movie was really good. The clues start out small and then they increase as they go, and we are right there with Alice, all the way. Now, it was a house of cards, which is good and bad at the same time. Once you start asking some questions, the illusion of what they were building there really falls apart. Frank, played by Chris Pine, is the main villain, and he is equal parts charming and suspicious, so he works really well here. All the elements for a solid mystery thriller are all there. But that's where my negatives start. The trailer promised me this, deep, off-the-wall kind of mystery thing, and they kind of delivered a little bit on that within that first, 30 minutes of this 2-hour runtime, which is way too long, by the way. But it was just way too straightforward. It was not that mysterious at all. I guessed it really early, spoiler free, what was going on. In fact, it was so easy to figure out about halfway through before the big reveal. I thought, well, maybe they pointed me in that direction to really blow my mind with what's really going on. But no, they ended up showing me exactly what I thought it was, and I was really disappointed. Like I said, the trailer made it appear as though there was this big mystery we needed to unravel. But underneath how great it looks and the style and mostly solid performances, there wasn't a whole lot to this. One of the performances I kind of alluded to, Harry Styles, who plays Jack, he's not bad, he's just okay. But his counterparts really outperformed him in this, and he kind of struggled to keep up with the more dramatic, serious stuff, would ultimately hurt certain scenes with the delivery and things. And I thought, well, maybe this will get more interesting once they start to answer those Project Victory questions. And unfortunately, you won't get any real answers about any of that stuff either after the reveal. Again, spoiler free, you see what's going on in detail, right? But you get no information about the origin or maintenance on how they're doing what they're doing. And I get they wanted to remain a mystery, and that would have been fine if the rest of it wasn't just so simple and straightforward as it appeared to be. They really should have given us some answers instead of spending so much time on these dinner parties. And also, House of Cards, I mentioned that. Let me go back to that. They don't explain why certain things happen and certain things in the infrastructure kind of fell apart for just Alice. And that still remains a mystery right now. I'm like, well, they had it set up perfectly, but why? I mean, I get it. If you go off out of town, I get it. You see what you see. But why did she start seeing things in town while she was there? So they don't get into any of that either. Her actions don't really make a whole lot of sense at some points. So I get the the pros on this one, and the criticisms they had more so. And, the audience kind of, gave them more of a pass. But I don't want to beat this one up too much. Did I enjoy it? I mean, it was okay. I'm closer to feeling the way the critics felt on this one. I put it right at a 60%. Certainly not something you need to pay full price for. And I mean, since you've seen this done before, and I mean, way more cleverly in a lot of other movies, and I was going to name some here, but that's going to ruin the twist. If I name even one of the movies that did what they did here better, you're going to guess what's going on. And I don't want to ruin anything for anybody that wants to see this one right away. And that's kind of the crux of the matter, is this twist. If you don't get it till late, or if you don't figure it out at all, you're going to have more fun with this one. The rest of us, once you know, you're hoping to see it play out in a more original way. The problem here is the movie thinks it's way more clever than it really is, when ultimately it's just basic. It's worth a watch if it's like a Redbox rental or a stream or something like that. Not a terrible movie by any stretch. Again, it just didn't live up to the expectations of what that trailer showed me, which hurt it for me. But as you guys know, I always say, I can only judge what they gave me on the screen. And under all the production values and, all the good performances and things, it's just a mediocre mystery thriller. And with that being said, I'm going to close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. This has been a Podbean production, mostly low-budget movie reviews with Clarence, up on all streaming platforms. So definitely go and check me out wherever you listen to your podcasts. And yeah, this might be it for the weekend. This is Football Sunday by the time you hear this anyway. And yeah, I'm not sure I'll have time to get another one in. Maybe not. Because the other movie I have to do, I really don't want to watch. But if someone makes a request, and I want to throw this out there, if you got a movie you want me to check out or something you think, you want to hear on the podcast, leave me some feedback on one of the methods there, and yeah, I'll consider checking it out. So yeah, whoever this person was that left me that feedback, that wanted me to watch this movie that's currently streaming on Netflix and is in the top 10, I got you. I'm going to do it. I don't want to watch it, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you want to know what that is, you got to come back. But anyway, thank you again for the support. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.